250 million years ago, the Earth almost dies. 90% of all life vanishes. Scientists call it the Great Dying. A handful of survivors crawl out into a world of ash-gray plains and skeletal forests. The old giants are gone. The rules of survival are being rewritten from scratch. Small reptiles move low across the cracked Earth. But life doesn't just survive here. It adapts. In the shadows of dead forests, a new kind of creature is stirring. Upright, alert, fast on its feet. It isn't a dinosaur yet, not even close. But it carries something none of the sluggish survivors around it have: speed and a hunger to move forward. The age of the dinosaurs hasn't started, but its first ancestor has just taken its first step. In the first million years after the Great Dying, one creature rules the Earth almost alone: Lystrosaurus, a stocky, tusked survivor, barely the size of a large dog. In some fossil beds, 9 out of every 10 land animals on the planet are Lystrosaurus. But dominance built on emptiness never lasts. As the climate grows hotter and drier, deserts spread across Pangaea. Two new lineages begin their climb: the Cynodonts, quick, warm-blooded ancestors of every mammal to come, and the Archosaurs, reptiles standing upright on legs tucked beneath their bodies. For millions of years, these two groups run a silent race. It isn't really a war, it's an experiment. And in the arid basins of South America, one small group of Archosaurs is pulling ahead. Faster, leaner, built to outcompete every rival standing in its way. 230 million years ago, in a river valley in what is now Argentina, the winning design finally arrives. Paleontologists call it the Ishigualasto Formation, once a lush volcanic floodplain, ash drifting down from restless volcanoes on the horizon. Here, a small hunter darts through the undergrowth. Eoraptor, barely 3 feet long, light as a dog, built entirely for speed. It isn't fully a predator yet. It eats whatever it can catch. But Eoraptor isn't alone. Sharing its territory is something far more dangerous. Herrerasaurus, 10 feet long, low and powerful, with a skull built like a trap. This is one of the first true apex predators to walk on 2 legs. These two animals, hunting the same valley, prove something enormous. The dinosaur body plan works. But those distant volcanoes aren't just scenery. They're getting louder. The volcanoes don't stop. For 600,000 years, cracks tear open across Pangaea, pouring out molten rock in pulse after pulse. 3 million cubic kilometers of lava eventually bury an area the size of Europe. The sky changes first. The climate swings wildly. Searing heat 1 century, sudden cold the next. Rivers run thin, then dry completely. For giant hunters like Herrerasaurus, this world becomes a trap. The old dominant predators collapse almost entirely. Nearly 80% of all species on Earth disappear. But somewhere in the chaos, small dinosaurs endure. They need less food. They breed faster. When the ash finally settles, these survivors step into a planet with almost no competition left. And free of their rivals, they're about to do something no land animal has ever done before. They're about to get big. Unimaginably big. With the great predators gone, the herbivore dinosaurs inherit a planet with almost nothing left to stop them. And they respond in the strangest possible way. They start getting bigger, fast, by evolutionary standards. The first giants still walk on 2 legs, animals like Plateosaurus, over 20 feet long. But in the arid basins of Argentina, something stranger emerges. A lineage called the Lesomsaurids grows at a staggering rate. Within a few million years, some push past 9 tons. Giants before the Jurassic has even begun. Their necks stretch upward, reaching leaves no other animal can touch. Their legs thicken into pillars, shifting from 2 legs to 4, trading agility for sheer, world-changing size. For the first time, dinosaurs are becoming too large for almost anything to hunt. Almost anything. Because somewhere, a different kind of dinosaur is changing too. learning that if the prey grows bigger, the predator has no choice but to grow with it. 200 million years ago, Pangaea begins to break apart. Rift valleys fill with water, rainfall increases, and the harsh deserts of the Triassic give way to something greener. This is the early Jurassic, and it belongs to the dinosaurs completely. A new predator steps forward, Dilophosaurus, crowned with two thin crests on its skull, one of the first true apex predators built to bring down large prey. Beneath the towering herbivores, an entire hidden world thrives. Small, quick dinosaurs grinding tough plants with specialized teeth. For the first time since the Great Dying, this planet feels stable, balanced, and in the humid air above the fern forests, something new stirs on the branches. A small reptile testing the air the way no creature ever has before. The ground has belonged to the dinosaurs for 30 million years. The sky is next. Silence. Then, the sky itself changes. Along cliffs of stone and salt spray, something rises on wings unlike anything the Earth has ever produced. Dimorphodon, wings not of feathers, but of skin, stretched taut, catching wind, defying gravity for the first time in the history of life on this planet. This is a pterosaur, the first vertebrate ever to master true, powered flight. Built warm-blooded, wrapped in fine, hair-like fibers, powered by muscle anchored to bone, this creature launches from cliffside colonies and owns the open air. Below, the ocean stretches to the horizon, restless and endless. And beneath those waves, something else has been changing too, trading legs for flippers, land for the open sea. Something enormous is rising. Not fast, not yet. Just a shadow, sliding beneath the surface, patient, ancient. Temnodontosaurus, 50 feet of sleek, torpedo-fast muscle. Its skull alone stretches over a meter, and its stomach tells the story. This creature has ruled these waters long before the first pterosaur ever took flight. Evolved from land-dwelling ancestors that returned to the sea and never left. But even Temnodontosaurus isn't at the top forever. Plesiosaurs, broad-bodied reptiles with necks stretching over 20 feet, using that reach to snatch prey before it senses danger. Scarred fossil skulls tell of violent battles between rivals. For 80 million years, these reptiles rule every ocean on Earth, but empires end, and on land, evolution is about to answer the giant sauropods with a predator built purely to hunt them. 155 million years ago, in the floodplains of western North America, Allosaurus, up to 40 feet long, with a jaw built for violence. This is the apex predator of the Morrison Formation, a landscape shared by the largest animals to ever walk the Earth. Fossil evidence tells a violent story here. Healed bite marks on a sauropod's ribs, a stegosaurus spike embedded in Allosaurus bone. Hunting a sauropod isn't simple, even for a predator this size, and may even hunt in loose groups when the reward is worth the risk. For 10 million years, Allosaurus rules this world without real competition. But the ground beneath this ecosystem isn't as stable as it looks. The supercontinent that has held these species together is beginning, slowly, to come apart. By the start of the Cretaceous, the supercontinent is finished tearing apart. Pangaea has split in two, Laurasia in the north, Gondwana in the south. Rising seas carve out oceans where dry land once connected every species. Isolation does something extraordinary to evolution. It forces the same problems to be solved in different ways. In the north, one lineage of plant eaters develops something new. In the south, a different group of predators rises. Short skulls, small, useless arms. Neither lineage knows the other exists. Meanwhile, another group of herbivores grows bone into their skin, plates, spikes, studs fused into armor. Some will even grow a solid club of bone on the tail. These aren't experiments anymore, they're answers. Something is evolving to break through any defense a herbivore can build. 68 million years ago, Montana. The arms race between predator and prey reaches its peak. Triceratops, 30 feet long, weighing as much as an elephant. 2 massive brow horns, a solid frill of bone. Fossil evidence shows horn tips broken and healed. Sharing this ground, Tyrannosaurus rex, a bite force strong enough to shatter bone. Paleontologists have found both animals locked together in death. Neither side is winning. Both sides are simply getting more dangerous. Nearby, Edmontosaurus moves in enormous herds. Ankylosaurus swings a tail club that can break a predator's leg. This ecosystem may be the most dangerous the Earth has ever produced, and it's about to end in a single afternoon. A quiet spring morning, 66 million years ago. The last quiet morning this planet will ever have. Then, high above, a point of light, where no light should be. It grows, fast, faster than anything alive has ever seen. Herds look up, too late to run. The impact hits like the end of the world, a flash brighter than the sun, a 6-mile-wide rock, the force of billions of bombs in a single instant. Wildfires ignite across entire continents. A tsunami rises, taller than any building. Then the sky goes dark, from ash, blocking the sun for years. Every giant that ruled this world starts to starve in the freezing dark. But in burrows, a handful of survivors are still breathing. The age of dinosaurs ends here, but the story isn't over. It's about to become something else entirely.